if you don't like it, kiss my ass. Why, you didn't... Hey, wait till... I'll jump off this chair, you get me in free fall.
You will.
No, I'll bust my ass.
No video in the shower now.
Hey.
Yeah.
No video in the what?
Shower?
Why not? Everybody else does. Hell.
Kinky bastard.
Everybody in the shower.
I got a picture of a helmet mount with a big 35 movie camera on it. It's kind of square because I broke the nickel cads down to wafers and made a grid. You plugged in the hat, you know, and so what was I going to tell you about it? Probably a lie. It's in the bottom of the Caribbean somewhere. We lost an airplane with 4 pilots, 30 parachutes, all that kind of stuff. But that helmet went down too. And
You lost that helmet in the Caribbean?
lost the whole airplane and 4 pilots.
4 pilots?
Yeah, 2 of them were just tourists.
Oh, okay, so which one? So the 3 good pilots were in the
they-
back screaming, son of a...
There was
Screaming at that asshole in the front of
I carried a
the
camera. There was 4
You
other
got your,
jumpers I'm filming.
Yeah.
Bring me
And
some.
No, I have.
we were all riggers, and we set up a parachute loft in the studio with the drying tower and everything.
Yeah.
We picked the chutes up
Okay with you.
6 o'clock in the morning
Sure.
and fly over to Bimini in the Bahamas, go through customs,
Yeah.
and we'd make 2 jumps a day, and we'd put our reserves in waterproof bags.
This is when it.
But I had to put the helmet in first and then the
Kind of
reserves.
sober.
Right.
Straight
And
out
there's
of
no water in Bimini. We put them in 55-gallon drums and put a little water on them.
I've spread my
Anyway, so we get back, it's about dark,
sunk gently upon
and
the cushion
we had a
of
couple
air.
of company riggers with us,
Ever-changing
and they would take them out,
patchwork
wash them all
slides
off,
into my soul.
and put them up in
Right
this
up here at that,
4-story
a few mortal
tower
men
we
in green
built in the
gracefully
studio.
glided through
Yeah.
And
rainbow
they
canyons,
dry them out and
guarded only by
repack them.
prisoned walls of billowing
And
columns of
they would
air.
set them on the
Carved
tip
path
table
to the heavens,
when they're done. We got them all lined up there. By now it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We pick them up and go back and do it again. I made 33 ocean jumps for that thing and 1 jungle jump. But it was a sea hunt, pure and simple.
Was that the one you were talking about? Lloyd Bridges? Your favorite
Daring game.
daring game?
Yeah, it was called The Unkillables on the working title, but they changed it.
Drifting deep in his boots.
The working title was Unkillables.
It made me feel good. They gave me a watch for my birthday. It says Bob Sinclair Unkillable. But they didn't say a lot.
was the
They got
engineer
crushed.
fueling the plane with Heineken beer. The passenger list read like a zoo. Doctors and lawyers and gravediggers too.
I don't talk.
Office accountants who tallied the score, a teacher, a
I don't
preacher,
talk
even
to
a
these
whore.
people, see what
These
they
were the
talking
folks
about
who filled the
last night.
flight, clueless about their fateful plight, cruising along without a care while imminent danger filled the air. Faster and faster the airplane flew, hotter and hotter the temperature grew. The devil gleefully scampered about. With a frightening horror he let out a shout. Ha ha, we're at the gates of hell. Burning flesh was all they could smell. While melting skin dripped from their bones, all they could hear were torturous groans. You've taken the space needed for 4, slammed your brethren into the door, then dove below him, stealing his air, taking him out with never a care. Blaming him got him axed off the load, towed young flyers, they flew like a toad. Charged them just to jump with you, and on final cut in front of them too. Your ego has grown out of control. You act like a person without a soul. You paid full fare for this trip. You'll never again be able to grip. Under formations is where you'll go. Now and forever you'll always be low. You know the devil always pays his hire, so off you go to the lake of fire. That jumper awoke, drenched in sweat, tears in his eyes filled with regret. His body shaking, fear filled his face. He changed right there and then in that place. His ego was gone, his arrogance too, a good friend to all that he knew. Because of the new man he became, he never rode on that devil's airplane.
You know, Parachutes won't publish any poems.
Yeah.
I called him one time. I gave you a copy.
You want me to read that?
Huh?
You want me to read that? Hold this.
No.
Hey,
Pat,
hey, Pat.
I gave him a
Tom,
copy.
you want to hear a good one?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, just
Okay.
okay.
I wrote this years ago. I stand in space where no man's been and bid the earth about me spin. I gotta stop and think about it. Or places high above my head or at my feet with no word said. The earth is heavy, large and near, yet I can make it disappear. Go completely out of sight, and I can do this day or night. I laugh, I sing, I shout with joy while flying my exotic toy. For the freedom I have found does not exist upon the ground, but only in the distant sky, where, without effort, I can fly. The earth grows larger as we play, a warning that I must obey, so I can fly another day. To stop the play, I move my hand. The earth obeys my mute command, and stops its rush, then starts to creep, and snuggles up against my feet.
Awesome!
Beautiful.
That is awesome! I love that!
Oh, that is so cool.
Well, I gave Jeff a copy, but these kids go up there and fight a stopwatch. They don't take time to see what's happening, you know.
Oh no. Oh no, they don't.
They don't. You got it, Bob.
Well, Jim Hall was
You
going
told
to
it. Yep.
put in his book he's supposed to be writing, but I sent him a couple copies. I think Cadillac Kim's got one of them anyway.
What is it? Jim Hall's writing another book?
He died a month ago.
Oh.
Jim Render, and the other. What's the team? The group that they were on, of Jim Hall and Render. The guys are finishing his book. The guys are finishing his book.
I sent him 30.
He wrote a book called.
I sent him 30 pounds of pictures from my Hollywood shit. I told him to make his book 90% pictures, so even jumpers could read the goddamn thing.
What are you trying to say, Bob?
Bob, tell it like it is. What are you saying about skydivers?
I'm saying I know. Well, I'm not a skydiver, so I'm not an expert. I'm a parachutist.
Yep.
By my definition, that's somebody who's been jumping longer than skydivers. And when they shifted over to skydivers, somebody say, "Hey, I'm a skydiver." I knew he didn't have more than 3 jumps.
Shit.
Well, this is not getting me into that shower. But
In the shower.
Yeah.
Well,
You dirty old man.
I'm afraid I may not ever come back out. I rode over that dinner last night with a jumper. He had a big dog in the back seat. Reached out and knocked half the skin off my arm.
Oh, jeez.
The dog or the skydiver?
Huh?
The dog or the
The
skydiver?
dog, he got like that.
Oh, shit.
And
That's a good
okay,
question. The dog or the
there's
skydiver?
a retired Air Force paramedic by the name of Eddie around here, you know him? I met him here on these chairs, but I counted him. He's going to change my bandages.
Yeah.
I got a hole that big. All you do is fill it full of Vaseline and slap a deal on. But they chopped on this just 3 days ago was the last time. 5 years ago, I had skin cancers in my nose. Took 5 operations on this side and 3 on this one. But I don't have to look at it, so I don't give a fuck.
Hey, they did a great
Like
job.
me, I ain't been pretty for a long time. What the hell?
So what'd you think of the dinner last night with John Sherman and Sandy Reed?
Well, I didn't understand what half of them were talking about.
What about the part where I was talking? You didn't understand any of that either?
I was still looking at the waitress.
Oh, I don't blame you. Especially the little Oriental girl that was working behind the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like they say, just because you're on a diet, it don't mean you can't read the menu.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Where's it tonight? Is it going to be here?
Here.
Yeah, that last night should have been. How many would you estimate? 200 and better?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
That room was full.
Full.
I know.
Yeah, at the country club?
Yeah.
Ah, it was full. Yeah. Yep. John Sherman didn't know that was going to happen last night.
I know he didn't know. And you know, the thing is, when I first started out and I started talking about him jumping in Germany and jumping off the buildings like I did when I was a kid, I could just see his face. All of a sudden, he was like, "Oh shit, they're talking about me." he had no idea. So that was pretty neat.
I had to congratulate Tom last night, though. That was the first time in the 40-some-odd years I've known John Sherman. He was without words.
Yeah, I got him pretty good, I think.
He's always got something he can say. And
well, they should have had a time limit on their speeches, though.
Yeah.
And after a while, you have a hard time staying awake.
I'm having a hard time staying awake because the coffee boy hasn't supplied my cup yet.
I don't drink it. It keeps me awake when I'm working.
Oh, coffee boy! We need a cup!
Either that or I'm going to start drinking it out of the pot.